Caspa being the best coin in 2022 to 2023 and Manta Network project being the best cryptocurrency we have in 2024. A lot of investors are really confused on which is good for them to buy as they ask questions like, should we invest in Caspa and leave Manta? Or should we invest in Manta and leave Caspa? In this video, we will be talking about both coins. I will also be giving y'all the details of both coins for y'all to choose which you prefer. But before getting into the full discussion, please note that I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say about coins I talk about is based on my research and opinions. So when investing in any coin I recommend, kindly do a little more research to be on the safer side and do not forget to invest wisely. Without much saying, let's get into the discussion. These two cryptocurrencies are the best to have. But if I were to choose, I would go for the Manta Network. This is because the Manta Network is still fresh in the game. A lot can still happen with this crypto. Also, Manta is still new and it is already reaching $1 billion in market capitalization. This alone shows that it's got a lot of attention and a solid team as well. Caspa has all these things too, but Caspa has already made a big move and I feel that there is still more with the Manta Network. I can see the attention being shown on this project. It's just a matter of time before everything adds up. Please, if you have money now, invest in the Manta Network. I believe this coin will do well in the future. As promised, I will be discussing both coins for y'all to tell me which you prefer. Firstly, let's talk about Manta. Manta Network is a multi-modular ecosystem for zero-knowledge (ZK) applications. Manta offers two networks. Manta Pacific, the unique L2 ecosystem on Ethereum for EVM-native ZK applications, provides a scalable and inexpensive gas fee environment for ZK applications to deploy simply using Solidity. Manta Atlantic, the fastest ZK-L1 chain on Polkadot, brings programmable identities and credentials to Web3 through zkSBTs. Together, Manta Pacific and Manta Atlantic deliver an unparalleled experience for the next generation of Web3 application development and adoption with the applied usage of zero-knowledge cryptography. Manta Network was created by a team of experienced founders from prestigious institutions, including Harvard, MIT, and Algorand. Manta Network has received investments from many top Web3 investment funds, including Binance Labs and Polychain Capital. It has grown through participation in the best Web3 accelerators, including Alliance DAO and Berkeley Blockchain Accelerator. Manta Network is poised to bring the next generation of Web3 users and usher in a new chapter of Web3 ZK app applications. Let's discuss the layers of this project. What is Manta Atlantic Layer 1? Manta Atlantic is the fastest and most decentralized ZK Layer 1, supporting modular on-chain compliance identities. Its suite of core products and technologies, including ZK NFTs, staking, and ecosystem projects, offers user-friendly access to powerful ZK-enabled use cases. Compared with those ZK identity layers, one to build a ZK smart contract language. Manta Atlantic is focusing more on the ZK compliance credential layer with real adoption and interoperability to make other projects have interoperable identities without dealing with any cryptography work. The Manta's ZK circuit and infrastructure have been developed for 2 years. It has a public account-based address system and an UTXO-based private address system. We call it ZK address. The ZK address shielded information including SBT minting, on-chain credentials, and off-chain identities. It is the first private address system that is reusable, independent, and auditable. Also, the first one supports multiple NFTs, each of which has its own seed phase and can sync on different devices. With Proof Key, users are able to share a certain credential with the ZK address without leaking their identity. What is Manta Pacific Layer 2? Today, there is no home for EVM-native ZK applications. We believe that ZK applications are the next generation of decentralized apps because of the strong attention to user safety that they deliver in an otherwise normal dApp experience. Thus, creating the perfect environment for ZK applications to exist is critical for the continued growth and expansion of Web3. Current solutions do not fully address the needs of ZK applications to deploy and grow users in a scalable manner. General VM, EVM blockchains, and ZK EVM don't provide the tooling to easily build and deploy ZK applications. If you manage to deploy one, your users will be burdened with high gas costs and slow performance. ZK networks that provide VM environments require developers to pick up new languages that lock those applications into specific ecosystems with a limited user base. Notable features of Manta Pacific include: Manta Pacific offers programmable ZK as an EVM native L2. Manta's universal circuits enable easy ZK application development using only Solidity. Leveraging Celestia for data availability and the ZK EVM for scalability, Manta Pacific provides high scalability and low transaction fees for ZK applications. Manta Pacific takes all of the work that the Manta team has already built on ZK and applies it directly into a scalable EVM environment specifically designed for deploying ZK applications with the help of Celestia and the ZK EVM. How does Manta Pacific work? Manta Pacific is launched with the joint vision of Celestia and ZK EVM. By leveraging the data availability layer provided by Celestia, the first modular consensus and data network, and harnessing the advanced technology developed by P0X Labs, Manta Pacific builds out an accessible ZK development environment in a modular, scalable manner with multiple groundbreaking advantages. Modularity for lower gas fees and high scalability. Manta Pacific's modular stack provides unparalleled scalability for future ZK apps built on top of our ecosystem. Manta Pacific uses Celestia as the data availability (DA) layer. Celestia uses state-of-the-art data availability sampling 2D Reed-Solomon erasure coding and namespaced Merkle trees (NMTs) to solve the data availability problem of L2S in a trust-minimized way. Manta Pacific, which uses Celestia as the DA layer, can dramatically reduce the data portion of transaction costs on the network for end users. Leveraging Celestia's modular data availability, Manta Pacific delivers a blazing fast infrastructure at a fraction of the cost of monolithic L2S. Combine that with Manta's universal circuits, and you have the perfect environment for building and launching dApps. Developer-friendly, app-agnostic. Manta Pacific unveils Universal Circuits 2.0, which elevates the developer experience specifically for deploying EVM-native ZK applications. Through Universal Circuits 2.0, Manta Pacific offers a ZK library for developers to easily call ZK-enabled contracts for their existing Solidity smart contracts and dApps. Universal Circuits offers ZK as a service, allowing any Solidity developer to call Manta Pacific contracts through APIs to enable ZK features such as compliant private identities for DeFi, identity verification for Web3 social, and ZK identity-preserving shuffling for on-chain gaming with just a few lines of code. Manta Pacific's core circuit designs for its universal circuits include ZK contracts, such as ZK Shuffle for on-chain gaming, and additional circuits based on Semaphore by the Identity Scaling and Exploration (PSE) labs from the Ethereum Foundation. A multi-modular approach provides developers with the flexibility to leverage Manta's private identity tools across chains and in Web 2 environments, including mobile apps. Manta's SDKs and proof keys offer developer-friendly solutions for integrating on-chain identity with just a few lines of code. New ZK use cases and real users. Manta Pacific offers Universal Circuits, a ZK library for developers to easily call ZK-enabled contracts for their existing Solidity smart contracts and dApps. Manta Pacific's core circuit designs for its Universal Circuits include ZK contracts such as ZK Shuffle for on-chain gaming. Individually, Manta's ZK, Celestia's modular DA, and the ZK EVM offer compelling technologies with proven adoption. Manta Network's ZK SBTs allow users to verify in a trustless, decentralized manner without exposing any details. ZK SBTs such as the ZKBB and ZKGalX Passport deliver seamless on-chain KYC verification without any need to scan passports or enter sensitive personal information. A growing ecosystem. From DeFi to gaming to social, apps deploying on Manta are designed to bring the best experience and value to real users. The Manta Ecosystem Grants Program is designed to explore and grow new and valuable use cases to solve pain points faced by real users. Manta Pacific is the first EVM-equivalent ZK application platform that achieves scalability and security through Celestia DA and Polygon ZK EVM. We take all of the work that the Manta team has already built on ZK and apply it directly to a scalable EVM environment specifically designed for deploying ZK applications. Let's discuss Caspa project. Caspa is a proof-of-work cryptocurrency that implements the GhostDAG protocol. GhostDAG does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. For those that do not know what GhostDAG means, according to Belay Mining, GhostDAG is a protocol that utilizes a clustering mechanism to sort and organize data within the chain. In this process, data groups including transactions are grouped together based on their similarities and assigned a centroid or mean. The number of centroids required is denoted by a user-defined. The objective of GhostDAG is to assign each datum to the nearest cluster and keep the centroids as small as possible. Using a greedy algorithm, GhostDAG efficiently sorts the data and places each datum in its appropriate location. Unlike structured algorithms, a greedy algorithm optimizes the task at hand based on the best possible solution at any given moment. GhostDAG categorizes data blocks into two types, blue and red. Blue blocks reside on the chain, while red blocks do not. Rather than aiming to identify the largest cluster, GhostDAG's greedy algorithm focuses on finding the blue set with the most favorable tip and incorporates data from outside the set. By combining blues and reds, a chain is formed with the selected tips block being the most recent. This approach, combined with user-defined and mined data, establishes a topological order in the chain. Back to Caspa, its framework primarily targets the challenges of speed and scalability that plague traditional blockchains. While conventional systems rely on miners to verify transactions, this approach often sacrifices scalability. Caspa aims to automate the approval process by leveraging the GhostDAG protocol while improving scalability and maintaining network security integrity. Furthermore, Caspa is designed to be a permissionless network, providing accessibility to all participants and eliminating the need for an administrator as a gatekeeper. The Caspa blockchain is a relative newcomer to the crypto world. Conceived in 2021 and hitting the market in 2022, the platform and its native coin, KAS, have already started to make some crypto investors sit up and take notice. KAS first came onto the open market in the middle of 2022. At that time, the market was struggling with a downturn triggered by the collapse of the Terra Luna blockchain, and Caspa traded at around $0.0005. It hovered around that level for the next few months before slowing, climbing later on in 2022, closing the year at $0.00528. KAS has enjoyed a pretty strong 2023 so far, with the news that its blockchain was able to process 10 transactions per second and getting its browser wallet leading to it reaching a high in September before declining only to shoot up in late October and early November. The blockchain reached its highest ever speeds recently, and KAS looks like it is catching up. On November 19th, following a listing on Binance, KAS reached an all-time high of $0.154. By December 15, 2023, it was worth $0.123. Caspa also addresses the critical issue of securely providing proof of work without compromising security. While transactions themselves are secure, the verification process requires a separate set of parameters and programming. Caspa implements a technique called pruning, which involves removing data older than 3 days from the block DAG. By limiting the available data, Caspa protects itself from the vulnerabilities associated with a 51% attack. Centralized manipulation becomes virtually impossible if more than 50% of the blockchain is not under the control of a single entity. The data beyond the 3-day threshold is stored elsewhere, preventing hackers from accessing it and foiling any attempted takeover. According to its website, Caspa Coin has some interesting features on its platform, which are 1. Fast transaction. Caspa's block DAG network generates multiple blocks every second for posting transactions to the ledger. Combined with fully confirmed transactions in 10 seconds, this makes Caspa ideally fast for everyday transactions. 2. Instant transaction confirmation. Caspa was designed to be hundreds of times faster than Bitcoin, with each Caspa transaction visible to the network in 1 second and each transaction fully confirmed in 10 seconds on average. 3. Scalability. Caspa solves the scalability problem with its ability to generate and confirm multiple blocks per second. This comes with no trade-off between security and decentralization as seen with proof-of-stake networks. 4. Efficient proof of work. Caspa utilizes the optical mining-ready K-heavy hash algorithm for consensus and security of the network. This algorithm, combined with high-throughput DG and no-wasted blocks, makes it less energy-intensive than other POW networks. 5. Security. Caspa harnesses an ultra-secure block network with no compromise on decentralization. Achieved with pure, stakeless proof-of-work combined with a revolutionary GhostDAG consensus mechanism. 6. Block DAG. To overcome the problem of blockchains, Caspa processes all blocks in parallel, linking all sidechains. This leads to a DEG structure that increases the formation of blocks per second drastically, creating a block DEG. Finally, the last major problem Caspa aims to solve is how to provide proof of work securely without sacrificing security. The transactions themselves are secure, but verifying them is a separate task that requires its own programming and set of parameters. One of the ways that Caspa does this is by pruning, whereby the block date is purged of data older than 3 days. In general, Caspa increased speed, comparable security, and the simplification of processes. Caspa was launched on November 7, 2021. It has a total and maximum supply of 28 billion KAS tokens, with over 19 billion of them in circulation. This is hard to tell. KAS has enjoyed a bit of a breakthrough in recent months, hitting faster than ever speeds and reaching new customers. The platform's combination of speed and security is certainly positive. On the other hand, Caspa is a relatively new blockchain. It will have to fight hard to distract attention from other, better-known platforms. A lot will also depend on how the cryptocurrency market behaves as a whole. As ever with crypto, you will need to make sure you do your research before deciding whether or not to invest in KAS. Will be the end of the video. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and invest wisely.